Who is the first quarterback you want to intercept? Jalen Hurts.
Hey, they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. Yo, man, today, man, we got to talk about the Crody, Quinyon Mitchell, Toledo. You know what I mean? I'm doing a video on every one of the draftees. The first one we starting off this Sunday with Quinyon Mitchell. You know what I'm saying? It's lit. The second half of this video, I'm definitely going to get my thoughts on the Drake and Kendrick thing. You know how it go. But you see the fluid, smooth hips. You see it. Eagles business first, though. I was impressed by the combine, man. 6 feet, 195 pounds, the 40, the 4.3. That's crazy, man. We haven't seen this type of speed, you know what I mean, on the outside for the Philadelphia Eagles in a long, long time, bro. This dude is a complete athlete. And not only is he fast, he definitely strong. You see him right here squatting a 550. You know what I mean? Very impressed by that. But, you know, the biggest thing that I take away from this guy on the outside is just the cat-like instincts. You know what I mean? The ability to make a break on the ball is just crazy, man. You know, the intellect that he plays with, the instincts that he plays with, the feel for the game, everything is there, man. It's like, what's the weakness in this kid's game? I just don't really see one, man. Like a hitch route, you're just not safe on a simple hitch route with this guy, man. And you know, man, if the Philadelphia Eagles let him play pressing, man, he's able to get after things like this. This is probably the best rep at the Senior Bowl against him and Michigan's Roman Wilson. Able to get back up to top speed after Roman try to hit him with the double move, showing that 4.3 speed, showing that it's translatable on the field, showing that he could, you know, be in the hip pocket of somebody. Man, that's just like cat-like instincts, man. I got really, really high hopes for Quinyon Mitchell, man. Really, really high hopes. Uses the sideline well, able to filter through traffic here on the drag routes. Able to break up the play. You know what I mean? You know how this takes eye discipline. This takes knowing where you're supposed to be. This just takes a lot, man. A lot of guys, that's a touchdown on a lot of cornerbacks, on a lot of high-end cornerbacks. That's a touchdown. You know what I mean? But this guy is on another level within terms of knowing what's going to happen, man. It's just remarkable, man. And then, you know, the tackling ability is there. You know what I mean? Again, the eye discipline. His assignment is on the opposite side of the formation, and he keeps his eyes on his assignment, diagnoses the play, and makes a sure tackle on this play right here. Wow. You know, and this is a cornerback, you know, gets downhill like a safety right here. You see that, you know, the blocker is not paying attention to Quinyon Mitchell on the bubble screen. That's a touchdown if that blocker keeps his assignment. Quinyon is able to break that up. He's able to put him on his ass before his feet hit the ground again. Quinyon Mitchell again. I wish I could see that play over again. But the ground that he covered to get this interception just shows the 4.3 speed and the instincts again. You know what I mean? The tackling is there. Everything you want out of a first-round pick at the position is there, man. You know, when I look at Quinyon Mitchell, I see a guy that definitely could be an all-pro for the Philadelphia Eagles. I see a guy who's ready to come in and contribute right away. A lot of depth charts might have him as the second cornerback on the roster, starting on the other side of Slay. I ain't mad at that. First-round pick. I don't care how much Bradbury getting paid. Let your first-round pick start, especially when he's showing stuff like this. I love it. Let me know what you think in the comments.
As fair and concise as humanly possible when talking about this. So, you know, a lot of people have been asking me to touch on this. This Drake, Kendrick Lamar back and forth. Y'all know I love hip-hop and rap music just as much as I do Philadelphia Eagles. You know, the second half of this video will be about our guy, Quinyon Mitchell, and what I think of him for sure. But, man, I got to touch on this. So, you know, first of all, I want to say I am a fan of both artists, for sure. I'm a fan of Drake. Drake has been commercially one of the best guys ever. You know what I mean? In the last, 12, 15 years or whatever the case may be. But Kendrick Lamar has been one of the most talented ever since he stepped on the stream. Kendrick Lamar is just hard to describe. You know what I mean? It's easy to find somebody that could chart, but it's hard for you to find artists like Kendrick Lamar come around like once every 40 years, 50 years. Guys that's able to take the artistry to another level. We've seen these type of things with, what's the name of the joint? The Heart Part 5, where he's turning into everybody. rigor mortis, Section 80. Like Kendrick Lamar has just been different from day one. You know what I mean? Getting Pulitzer Awards for albums, classics. Him. He's him. You know what I mean? Drake is him too in his own right. So when these guys clashed, you know what I mean? I didn't expect it to be close. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? At the end, this is where we at right now. Kendrick up big time. And I feel like Kendrick Lamar has perfectly executed the art of war. You know what I mean? Kendrick Lamar has shown mind control. He's shown all type of things in this. So this started with Metro and Future with the Like That record. Everybody was saying, oh, Kendrick went at the big three, this, that, or whatever you may have it. Drake responded with the Drop and Give Me 50. It was cool. I like Drop and Give Me 50. It was catchy. It was classic Drake. You know what I mean? I'm going to go to war with you, but I'm gonna go on the charts and make some bread off it. It was classic Drake. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick went quiet. You know what I mean? But real Kendrick Lamar fans, they wasn't worried. You know what I mean? And I think that at that moment in Kendrick's silence, I think that's when Drake, overplayed his hand. Because that's when the AI record surfaced. Drake tried to go again with the AI record, basically saying the world waiting, the voiceover with Pac and Snoop. And you know what I mean? I just thought that was just like, it was cool. You know what I mean? It was cool, but it's too far. Like, it was almost disrespectful to the West for real. You know what I mean? It was almost disrespectful because you use Pac, who is a legend out there, then you use Snoop, who is alive and well today, who has love for Kendrick. So you know what I mean? It was kind of weak right there, and cool. Kendrick still being silent. Drake just took the silence as a win. You know what I mean? Drake took the silence as a win, but the whole time Kendrick was loading the clip. Then Euphoria dropped. The beat selection on Euphoria is immaculate. You know what I mean? The execution of Euphoria is immaculate. He touched on things that a lot of people don't really know about. A lot of people didn't know that Drake bought Tupac's ring. A lot of people didn't know that Drake bought Pharrell's jewelry from an auction, this, that, and the third, to spite Pusha T. A lot of people didn't know a lot. You know what I mean? Euphoria. He touched on, the parenting style of Drake. He touched on just he talked to Drake. And I think that, the AI record was the only record where Drake solely focused on Kendrick. But I think the AI took away from that. So Euphoria dropped. It was mixed reviews with Euphoria. You know what I mean? I don't even think 48 hours later, I don't even think 24 hours later, then comes 616 in LA. He showed lyrical dominance. Then in the second half, he kind of picked at the carcass some more of Drake. You know what I mean? It was starting to get bloody from that point on. Then Drake returned fire with, was it Family Matters? Yeah, Drake returned fire with Family Matters. And I just don't think it was a smart move, some of the subject matter that Drake was talking about. He starts off this track with talking about how the game bangs a set out there, how Kendrick never banged this set, how Chris Brown banged a set, YG. He started talking about people who bang sets out there. Now, if you smart, if you got a street smart bone in your body, you know that, gang politics on the West Coast is just something you shouldn't even mention, because it's documentaries and interviews with Kendrick like in a backyard full of bloods. Like, he probably not in the lifestyle, but when you grow up with people who in that lifestyle, you pretty much in a lifestyle. It's more like youngin' from the block who just go to school and catch the bus. He technically from the block still. You know what I mean? It's like one of them type of situations. Like, he could go out there and chill with them. They know him. You know what I mean? They his folks. And I feel like that's when Drake showed his hand by not being street smart. You know what I mean? That's when he showed his hand by not being street smart. 10 hours later, Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams is one of the most diabolical diss tracks I ever heard. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've never seen a therapy session where a rapper talks to your child, your dad, your mom, then you at the end of it. You know what I mean? And he says some stuff in these songs that's like, he really willing to take it there with you. You know what I mean? And Then he doubled down again with a club banger. They Not Like Us. I mean, it's just too much for one man to overcome, I feel like. They Not Like Us is a banger, man. And it's a mustard beat. You know what I mean? It's just a pure banger. You just can't. Euphoria, 616 in LA, and They Not Like Us, Meet the Grams are all songs on YouTube right now with over 10 million views. They're all songs where Kendrick is literally talking about this guy being involved in wild stuff, just coming at his whole crew. Kendrick is really trying to hurt the reputation of this guy. And now he put it in a song that's going to be played in the club. You know what I mean? I just think that, if Drake is to respond at this point, it got to be just as diabolical. I think he got to take his time. You know what I mean? He lost the West Coast. And then you got Metro Boomin put out a beat called BBL Drizzy. And he's getting everybody to rap over this beat in their hopes and chances to win a free beat. It's just getting dark. You know what I mean? It's getting dark. Once you affect the internet and take the internet away from, you know what I mean, one of the most popular commercial guys, who do you really run to? You know what I mean? The mental gymnastics that's being played, and Drake is participating in the sport for no reason at times. Kendrick makes a popular restaurant in Toronto, popular with the Euphoria diss, and Drake goes to the restaurant. Like you the art of war, bro. You do not feed into it. Don't prove that you him by going there 4:00 in the morning. It was dark outside, bro. It was dark outside. After Kendrick already Kendrick already put the restaurant on the map. You know what I mean? If you gonna go do something, you should have bought it out and gave out free food. Like that's a play that I feel like somebody in your management should have put you onto. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Drake is just, I feel like it's the guidance aspect that's missing. Like nobody's guiding Drake in this war. You know what I mean? He's being hung out to dry, and it makes me believe that he might really not have people in his camp that got his best interests in mind. Like nobody out there telling him like, yo, only focus on Kendrick. You don't even need to talk about Ross or name Ross or talk about Future or talk about none of them. You are such big of an artist. Now, Future, Ross, they big artists too, but you are so big of an artist. If you ignore them, that sets the precedence right there. It's a reason why people like Beyonce and Jay-Z don't do interviews. They don't got to. They bigger than the interview. They don't got to. It's a mystique to that. If Drake didn't respond to Ross and Metro and everybody else and just had the clip for Kendrick, because that's all what we really wanted to see. We don't care about you responding to nobody else. You know what I mean? I think he spread himself a little too thin, and nobody in his camp was in his era to be like, yo, just talk about Kendrick. You know what I mean? Just save all your energy for Kendrick. That's the main event. Kendrick ain't talking about nobody else, bro. You don't see Kendrick really throwing too many strays at Cole. He might have said one or two things, but he ain't talking about nobody else, bro. This is all smoke for you and your camp. And I think it was a clean sweep. You know what I mean? He just don't understand the art of war. You know what I mean? And it just proves that he might not be the most street smart guy, which is cool. You know what I mean? But he just moved real. He just in wartime, he moving like a private. He moved like a private in wartime, but he talked big general accolades though. And then people are pulling up wild videos from his past. It's just weird, man. It is weird right now, man. I'm anxious to see what he's gonna do, but I would probably just leave it alone. You know what I mean? It's hard for somebody in his camp to advise that at this point. He got to do something, but nobody from the West going to rock with him for a long time, except people who might need a boost from their career. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that happening. Nobody from the West really rocking with him. Kendrick got everything over there on Smash. You know what I mean? Hey, man, a line of hip hop has been drawn. A lot of people pick the side, and it's going to get spooky moving forward. But, that's my thoughts on it, man. So let's get into this Eagles Quinyon Mitchell video. It's going to be good. We're going to talk about why, I believe that Quinyon Mitchell is, an all-pro type of talent, man. All-pro type of talent. We're going to go over a little film, and you know what I mean? You know the vibes.